Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into something pretty unique, Saphalta Sutra, which translates to the Sutras of Success.
Ah, interesting title.
Yeah, and it looks like our listener is interested in more than just, the usual material wealth.
Right.
This book promises insights into prosperity in like a worldly and a spiritual sense.
I see. A holistic view of success.
Yeah, and we've got excerpts from chapters on all sorts of things, everything from luck and negative thoughts to business skills.
Oh, wow.
And even cosmic energy. It's wild.
Sounds like quite the mix. Blending ancient wisdom with modern, I bet.
Exactly. It does. I mean, the author even mentions FedEx and McDonald's.
Huh.
It's like they're trying to bring these age-old concepts to like a contemporary audience.
Yeah, making them relatable. Yeah.
Speaking of intriguing things, Chapter 5 talks about this Kajero, which seems like some kind of lucky charm specifically for those born in 1965.
Okay.
And get this, it even has a prescribed size and shape. Pretty specific, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So the Kajero is believed to attract prosperity, especially for those born in 65. What's interesting is that it requires specific rituals to activate it. And you have to keep it for at least 5 years to see its effects.
5 years? That's dedication to a lucky charm.
Right.
Makes you wonder about the cultural implications, right? Like, what does this tell us about how the author views success?
Yeah. It definitely speaks to a belief in patience and faith, as key ingredients for success. The book even cautions against rejecting the Kajero if it doesn't seem to be working right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, emphasizing trust in the process.
It's like saying, hang in there, good things take time. Now, Chapter 13 tackles something we all struggle with, avoiding negative thoughts.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
And I love how it emphasizes focusing your efforts and avoiding distractions. It even mentions FedEx as a potential distraction.
FedEx.
It's hilarious to think of like FedEx as a spiritual obstacle.
Yeah. That's a clever way to connect ancient wisdom with modern life. The source then goes on to draw a parallel between mental training and physical exercise.
Oh, I like that.
Like you wouldn't expect to just become an athlete overnight, right?
Right.
So mental discipline requires that same kind of consistent effort.
So no crash diets for the mind, huh? The book stresses the importance of specifying your efforts, setting goals, and maintaining that balance between financial and spiritual well-being for like true success. It's not just about getting rich.
Right.
It's about aligning your actions with your values.
Exactly. Wishing for success isn't enough. You have to clearly define your goals, focus your energy, and make sure that your pursuits align with both your material and your spiritual aspirations.
Okay, so we've got our goals, we're avoiding distractions, but what about those pesky negative thoughts that still kind of creep in? Chapter 14 gives us some tools to deal with them.
Yes. It recommends a few things, like focusing on the blessings you've received, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and practicing spiritual healing through things like prayer, breathing exercises, and positive affirmations.
Interesting. And it even recommends reading Dale Carnegie's How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
Oh, a classic.
A classic for a reason, I hear.
It seems like the author believes in drawing wisdom from various sources, both ancient and contemporary. This kind of multifaceted approach really shines through in the discussion of persistence in Chapter 16.
Right. The analogy of the steel axle shaft really grabbed me. You know how its strength changes based on the carbon content?
Yeah.
I love how that makes persistence tangible. More carbon, stronger steel, more effort, stronger resolve.
It's a brilliant way to explain a complex concept in a simple and memorable way.
Yeah. And then, bam, we jump into the business world.
Okay.
Chapters 17 through 19 are packed with advice on business and administrative skills, with examples from giants like McDonald's and Xerox.
Interesting. What stood out to you?
What stood out to me was the book's analysis of McDonald's success. Their focus on location, quality control, and efficiency. Those are such fundamental business principles. And Xerox, it highlighted their marketing strategies and customer-centric approach as drivers of growth.
And, of course, the power of positive self-talk and goal setting.
Yeah.
Which the book links to IBM's, impressive success story.
Yeah.
The message seems to be that, believing in your vision and consistently affirming your goals plays a significant role in achieving them.
It's like that saying, what you believe, you become. Then there's this breakdown of the 4 types of employees based on their competence and commitment.
Oh, yeah.
It's super practical.
I remember this. High competence, high commitment. That's the dream team for any leader.
Oh, for sure.
This categorization provides valuable insights into team management. It suggests that understanding those different employee types lets you tailor your leadership approach and unlock each person's potential.
Makes sense. But it's not all about business tactics, is it? In Chapter 21, there's a shift towards the philosophical. The author expresses concern about societal degeneration, attributing it to, like, a focus on material pursuits over ethical and spiritual values.
And this aligns perfectly with your interest in the deeper philosophical aspects of success. Saphaltake Sutra suggests that true success is not just about acquiring wealth,
Right.
but about living in a way that benefits both ourselves and the world around us.
Which brings us to the story about the skeptical calculator salesman in Chapter 24. It's such a fun read.
Oh, yeah, I love that one. It's
Yeah.
a great story. The author recounts an encounter with a salesman who doubted his product's potential.
And despite the salesman's skepticism, the author's unwavering belief in his product and his persistent efforts eventually win him over.
Exactly.
I love how it shows rather than tells what persistence looks like in action.
It's a great example of how conviction and genuine belief in your work can be so persuasive. But the book doesn't shy away from the darker side of success either.
Right.
Chapter 25 introduces this concept of the three great sins.
Right. And they're not what you'd expect. It's not your typical thou shalt not list.
Right.
These sins are the waste of natural resources, social degeneration, fueled by unethical financial practices,
Okay.
and blindly following religious rituals without understanding their essence.
It's a call to, consider the consequences of our actions on a much larger scale. It urges us to think about our impact on the environment,
Yeah.
the ethical implications of our financial dealings,
Yeah.
and the importance of mindful spiritual practice.
Deep stuff.
Yeah.
And just when I thought we'd covered it all, Chapter 36 takes us into the realm of cosmic energy,
Oh, okay.
right? The book delves into this fascinating concept, drawing parallels with modern physics.
Right.
And the interconnectedness of everything.
So it's suggesting that positive and negative energy exists within us.
It even suggests that, just like, positive and negative poles in a magnet.
Interesting.
It's like our thoughts and actions are generating this energy that's impacting not only ourselves, but also the people and environment around us. Makes you wonder, is modern science catching up with ancient wisdom here?
It certainly seems that way. And just when you think we've explored every facet of success, Chapter 41 dives into the realm of comparative religion.
Yeah, I was really surprised by how the book summarized those core principles shared by major religions. Heaven, Hell, Judgment Day, a code of conduct.
Right.
It emphasizes how they all ultimately focus on ethical living and accountability.
And it goes a step further by specifically highlighting the similarities between Hinduism and Islam.
Oh, wow.
They share that belief in one God, and many of their practices are remarkably similar.
It's fascinating to see those common threads woven through different faiths. Makes you think about how our differences might be more superficial than we realize.
It certainly challenges us to look beyond those superficial differences and appreciate the shared humanity that binds us all. It's clear that Saphaltake Sutra really emphasizes an integrated approach to success, blending the material with the spiritual. It's not just about reaching that finish line. It's about how you run the race and the impact that journey has on you and the world.
You put that perfectly. It's like the book is saying, hey, you can be successful and a good person at the same time.
Yeah.
In fact, being a good person might even be like the secret ingredient to lasting success.
Precisely. And it provides specific practices to help align your actions with your values. For instance, it emphasizes donation. And not just money, but also time, energy, and compassion. It's about giving back.
Yeah.
And contributing to something larger than yourself.
Which reminds me of those 3 great sins from Chapter 25. They really got me thinking.
Ah, yes. The sins of waste, social degeneration, and blind faith.
Yeah.
It points to a deeper sense of responsibility. It's not just about personal gain, but about understanding our interconnectedness and acting in a way that benefits everyone.
It's like a ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
Our actions impact others and theirs impact us. And speaking of interconnectedness, that's where the concept of cosmic energy comes in.
Absolutely. Chapter 36 explores this idea, even drawing parallels to modern physics. It suggests that positive and negative energy exist within us and, influencing not only ourselves, but also the people and environments around us. What do you think? Is modern science catching up with ancient wisdom here?
It definitely feels that way. I mean, we're just beginning to understand the power of things like the placebo effect and the impact of our thoughts on our physical health. It's a bit mind-blowing to think that our energy could have such a tangible impact.
It is, and the book encourages us to cultivate positive energy.
Right.
Both for our own well-being and for the people around us. Do you have any, personal practices or beliefs about cultivating positive energy?
I try to incorporate things like meditation and gratitude into my daily routine. It helps me feel grounded and centered, and I think it radiates outward in how I interact with the world. But Saphaltake Sutra doesn't stop there. It even dives into comparative religion.
Yeah. Chapter 41 highlights those common principles of various faiths: heaven, hell, judgment day, a code of conduct. It emphasizes that, despite the differences in rituals and practices, there's like a core set of ethics that unites those belief systems.
It's fascinating because it challenges us to look beyond those surface-level differences and appreciate those shared values that connect us as human beings. The book specifically points out the parallels between Hinduism and Islam,
Right.
highlighting their shared belief in one God and many similar practices.
It's particularly interesting considering the historical and cultural context.
Right.
It encourages a more nuanced and open-minded understanding of different faiths.
It definitely makes you question any preconceived notions you might have. So far, Saphaltake Sutra has taken us on quite a journey. From practical advice on business and goal setting to exploring those philosophical aspects of success and even delving into spirituality and comparative religion, it's a real tapestry of wisdom.
It is. It's like a guidebook for living a more meaningful and fulfilling life, both in a material sense and in terms of spiritual growth.
Okay, you mentioned earlier that the book also discusses different types of employees.
Yeah.
Could we dive into that a bit more?
Absolutely. The source outlines 4 categories based on competence and commitment levels. It's a framework for understanding team dynamics and leadership styles. It really got me thinking about, people I've worked with and where they might fall on this spectrum.
I'm especially interested in the high competence, high commitment type. They seem like the rock stars of any organization. The ones who drive positive change and inspire others?
Exactly. They possess both the skills and the dedication to make a real difference. They're the ones who elevate the entire team's performance.
Makes me wonder what qualities or practices cultivate that level of competence and commitment.
That's a great question, and Saphaltake Sutra offers some clues. It repeatedly emphasizes persistent effort, positive self-talk, and that unwavering faith in one's vision.
It's like a recipe for success. Blend hard work with a strong belief in yourself and your goals. But it also stresses the importance of cultivating a positive mindset, managing negative thoughts, and seeking guidance from mentors and spiritual practices.
It's that holistic approach again.
Yeah.
Recognizing that our inner and outer worlds are deeply intertwined. Our internal state impacts our external success, and vice versa.
And speaking of aligning actions with values, Chapter 21 takes a critical look at societal degeneration.
Yeah.
Attributing it to a focus on material pursuits over ethical and spiritual values.
Yes. The book argues that true success isn't simply about accumulating wealth, but about living a life of purpose and meaning. It challenges us to think about the consequences of our actions on a larger scale, and to strive for a world that is both prosperous and just.
It's like a call to action to use our talents and resources to make a positive impact.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that true success isn't just about personal gain, but contributing to the well-being of others and the planet. Which reminds me of that story about the skeptical calculator salesman.
Oh, yes. What a great example of persistence and belief in one's work.
It was like a mini masterclass in salesmanship.
Totally. It demonstrated how passion, conviction, and genuine belief in your product can win over even the toughest customer.
It also highlighted the importance of empathy and communication in building trust and forging successful relationships.
It seems like we're building a toolkit for success. Drawing from the wisdom of Saphaltake Sutra,
Right.
We've got persistence, belief, connection. What else would you add to this toolkit?
I definitely include self-awareness, resilience,
Yeah.
and a willingness to learn and grow. And of course, a strong sense of ethics and a commitment to using your success for good.
I love that. But the book also throws in a few curveballs, like those 3 great sins from Chapter 25.
Right, they're not your typical religious transgressions, but more like societal ills that hold us back. The book calls them out as the waste of natural resources, social degeneration driven by unethical financial practices, and blindly following religious rituals without understanding their true meaning.
It's a reminder to be mindful of our impact on the world, both individually and collectively, to use our resources wisely and to strive for a society that is just equitable and sustainable. And just when you think Saphaltake Sutra has covered every angle of the material world, it launches us into the cosmos.
Chapter 36, right? It's an exploration of cosmic energy, drawing parallels to modern physics. And that idea of interconnectedness,
Yeah.
it suggests that positive and negative energy exists within us, impacting not only ourselves, but also those around us.
It's like that saying, what goes around comes around.
Exactly. And the book stresses the importance of cultivating positive energy, not just for personal gain, but for the collective good.
Then in chapter 41, we embark on a journey through comparative religion. It was fascinating to see those common principles of different faiths highlighted.
It really challenged any preconceived notions I had and encouraged a more open-minded perspective. The focus on the parallels between Hinduism and Islam was particularly interesting.
It's remarkable how much common ground they share. Despite their distinct historical and cultural contexts, it points to a deeper spiritual unity that transcends superficial differences.
It's a reminder that we're all interconnected on a deeper level.
Saffaltake Sutra is truly a wealth of knowledge and inspiration.
It's a guidebook for navigating life's complexities, finding balance between material success and spiritual fulfillment, and creating a world that is both prosperous and just.
I'm definitely adding this to my reading list, but before we wrap up, there's one more concept I'd love to discuss. The book's exploration of the human soul and its journey through different realms of existence.
Yeah.
It really caught my attention.
The Saffaltake Sutra delves into the Quran Sharir, the casual body,
Okay.
and its connection to the physical and astral realms. It's like a spiritual roadmap, explaining how our actions in this life shape our experiences in the afterlife.
It suggests that the soul evolves, carrying the karmic imprint of its past actions into future lives. It's a profound concept, suggesting that our choices have consequences that extend far beyond our current lifespan.
Absolutely. It encourages us to live with intention, knowing that our actions are part of a larger tapestry of existence.
And it highlights the importance of spiritual growth and self-awareness as essential parts of a truly successful life.
Precisely. Saffaltake Sutra is not just about achieving worldly success, but about evolving as human beings and fulfilling our potential on all levels.
This deep dive has been incredibly enriching. It's given me so much to think about and a desire to explore these concepts further.
Me too. Saffaltake Sutra offers a profound and multifaceted approach to success, one that integrates material prosperity with spiritual fulfillment and ethical living. It's a guide for navigating the complexities of life and creating a world that is both prosperous and just.
And it's a testament to the enduring power of ancient wisdom to illuminate our modern lives.
Speaking of ancient wisdom, the book also delves into a concept called communication errors.
Oh, yes. This section really resonated with me. It talks about how easily misunderstandings can arise when we're trying to communicate.
The source uses this clever analogy of someone trying to explain their vision to a person who's in a totally different mental and emotional space. It's like trying to describe a sunset to someone who's been blind their whole life.
Right. No matter how eloquent your words are, they just can't fully grasp the experience.
The book highlights the importance of understanding the other person's perspective and adapting our communication accordingly. It's about meeting people where they are and, finding a common language that allows for genuine connection and understanding.
So much conflict stems from miscommunication,
Right.
and an inability to see things from another person's point of view. This section really resonated with me. I'm constantly trying to improve my communication skills.
Oh, yeah, too.
Both personally and professionally.
It's definitely a lifelong journey, and it's encouraging that Saffaltake Sutra addresses this crucial aspect of human interaction, alongside its broader exploration of success.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey. We've explored everything from lucky charms to cosmic energy business strategy to social responsibility, and we even delved into the essence of different religions. Saffaltake Sutra really offers a holistic and multifaceted approach to success, doesn't it?
It does. It weaves together practical advice with philosophical insights, ancient wisdom with modern references, creating a comprehensive guide to living a truly meaningful and fulfilling life.
It's like a roadmap for navigating life's complexities, achieving balance between material accomplishments and spiritual growth, and, contributing to a better world.
One question this deep dive raises is, in a world increasingly focused on material achievement, how can we balance outer success with inner peace and spiritual growth? Maybe that's the ultimate challenge on the path to true Saffalta.
That's such a profound question. It gets to the heart of what it truly means to live a successful life. And I think Saffaltake Sutra gives us the tools and the insights to find that balance. Right. It encourages us to define success on our own terms, align our actions with our values, and cultivate a deep sense of connection with ourselves, others, and the cosmos.
Absolutely. It's a journey of self-discovery and conscious evolution, a path that leads not only to external success, but also to inner peace and fulfillment.
I don't know about you, but I'm adding Saphaltake Sutra to my reading list. I might even pick up a Kejiro, just in case. What about you?
I'm right there with you. And while we're at it, let's not forget Dale Carnegie's How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, another great recommendation from our deep dive today.
It's been a fascinating exploration, and I hope it sparks some new insights for you too. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Saphaltake Sutra. Until next time, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep striving for true and lasting success in all areas of your life.